Okay, welcome to another session in this series. In this session, we are starting from question number 48. Previously, we ended at question number 47. So today, we start from question number 48. So let's read the question. It says, the length of a pole is 19.6 meters. Correct to 3 significant figures. Okay, so what this means is this number has been corrected to 3 SF, 3 significant figures. So this 19.6, it is in 3 significant figures, right? So it says, what is the least possible length of the pole? Okay, so now this question is the way to answer this question is all the answers here, we need to convert them to what? 3 significant figures. We need to convert them to 3 significant figures. Then we compare them, right? So let's start with the first one. Let's separate this one. Let's separate this one. So for A, we have 19.54. To 3 significant figures, what do we have? That will be 19.5, because when we do 1, 2, 3, we stop here, and then 4 is less than 5, so we can't round it. So the answer will be 19.5. Cool. Let's go to B. B is 19.55, right? So to change it to significant figures, we count 1, 2, 3, so we stop here, and this 5, this is 5, so we round it, and this becomes 6, right? So let's write it down, 19.6. Cool. Let's do the same for C. C is 19.57. So to 3 significant figures, let's write it down. F3 SF. Okay, so here the same thing we do, 1, 2, 3, so we stop here, and this 7 is greater than 5, so we round it, right? So it becomes 0.6, this 6, right? 19.6, 3 significant figures. The same for D. D is 19.60, sorry, 19.60. So 3 significant figures will be 1, 2, 3. So we stop here. We can't round 0, right? So the answer will be 19.6. 19.6. So now we need to compare all these values. Sorry, we need to compare all these values whose 3 significant figure form is 19.6. 19.6, right? So that means this can be the answer, this can be the answer, this can be the answer. But the question is asking what is the least possible length of the pole? Least possible length. So between these 3, which is the least one? It is 19.55 in the least. So the answer is B. The answer is B. I hope you got it. The answer is B. Cool. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 49. It says express 196,650 in the nearest thousand. Cool. So let's write the number down. You have 196,000. We know that this is what? Unit or ones, and then this is tens, and this is what? Hundreds, and this is what? Thousand. Oh, I didn't write the number properly. It is 196,650. So let me clean it. So 650, right? So the question says to the nearest thousand, to the nearest thousand. So we need to round from here to here, because here is the 1,000. To the nearest 1,000, we need to round from here to here, and then this value here is greater than, is 5 and more, which is 6. 6 greater than 5, right? So we need to round here, so here becomes 7, right? So our answer, we need to round here. So our answer is 197,000. This is our answer. Do we have it right here? 197,000? Yes, it's right here. So that's what we choose. C. Cool. Let's move on to the next set of questions. Question number 50. It says, express the sum of 200.2 and 4.27 times 10 to the power 3 in standard form. Okay, so we can use calculator for this, but before we use the calculator, I want us to solve it manually, step by step, so you can see how it is done. So in order to add these two numbers, you have to make sure they are all in the same form, right? So it's either you change this into a power of 10 to the power 3, or you change this to normal decimals, right? We change this to normal decimals. So this is the easiest. We change this to normal decimals and then we add it to 200.2, right? So how do we change 4.27 times 10 to the power 3 into decimals? So 4.27 times 10 to the power 3 into the power 3. So that means we need to add 3 zeros to the end. We need to move the decimal point 3 places forward. 3 places forward, right? So that will be here, here, then under here. So this place will be 0. So let's write it down. 4, because we have what? 3 times. Here to move 3 times. So that is here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 4, 2, 7. Then we put 0. That's our answer. 4, 2, 7, 0. 4, 2, 7, 0. Okay, so now we add this to 200.2. This is easy, right? So let's add it. Let's add it. 4, 2, 7 point. Let's add 0.0. The same thing, so that we can add it. 200.2. So the answer is 2 here. Then we have 0, 7, 4, 4. Now, since we have our answer in this form, we need to change our answer to standard form. Alright, so to change the standard form, we need to move it. We need to move the decimal point right here to the first significant figure, which is 4, before 4, right? So let's see. If you go 3 times, 1, 2, 3. So our decimal point will be 1, 2, 3. And we know when we are moving from the right to the left, our exponent is positive. So positive 3. So our answer is 4.47 times 10 to the power 3, right? But we forgot something. We still have 0, 2. So let's add that. We have 4.4702 times 10 to the power 3. So let's see if we have it here. Positive 3. Yes, we have it. We have it right here. So that is our answer. That is our answer. Cool. Let's move on to question number 51. Question number 51. Simplify this expression. So we can just use our calculator. Let's bring up our calculator. Cool. Let's put everything on the calculator because that is faster. I have 1 over 3. Then we have the bracket. Then we have a mixed fraction, which is 2 whole number 1 over 6. Then we have plus another whole number, another mixed fraction, which is 5 1 over 6. Let's close our bracket. Let's close our bracket. Then down here we have a mixed fraction as well, which is 1 whole number 7 over 12. So what is our answer? What's our answer? Our answer is 88 over 57. Do we have it here? No, our answer is in the mixed fraction, so we need to what? Convert this into mixed fraction. So how do we do that? We find how many times 57 goes into 88. Then the remainder will be the numerator over 57, right? So 57 goes into 88 once, and then the remainder will be 88 minus 57, which will be 31, right? So we have one whole number 31 over 57. This is our answer. So let's write it down. One whole number 31 over 57. This is our answer. Cool. Let's see if we can solve more questions if we have more time. Okay, let's move our calculator out of the way. Okay, we can answer this question first and then we end it on this set, right? It says represent the inequality on a number line. So based on the equation, we see that we have less than or equal to, that means 3 is inclusive, and here we have less than 5, that means 5 is non-inclusive, right? And we know that inclusive means a shaded dot, and then non-inclusive means a non-shaded dot. So that is how we do it. So let's check A. We have 3 to be shaded, that means it's inclusive, that's what we are looking for, okay? And 5 is not shaded, that is what we are looking for. So A is correct. A is correct. That is our answer. We don't even need to look further, right? That is our answer. Let's go to question number 53. It says simplify 0.2 times 0.03 times 0.004 and express your answer in standard form. This is calculator work because this is objective. Move very quickly to your calculator and then put this on the calculator. Punch it on the calculator, right? Let's go. 0.2 times 0.03 times 0.004. What is the answer? It says the answer is 2.4 times 10 to the power negative 5. That is, do we have it right here? 2.4 times 10 to the power negative 5 right here. Yes, it is right here. It is right here. So our answer is C. Our answer is C. Cool. I think we'll have to pause here for now, and then we move on in the next session to the next set of questions. That is starting from question number 54 and 55. So we do that in the next session. All right. See you again next time. Bye.